Alright you guys, John's Moto Garage, this is it, the last bike. I rode the XSR, the Triumph Thruxton, the Vulcan S650, the CB1100, and this will be my last ride, last hurrah. Maybe not last ride, but last video at least on this Harley Davidson Street Rod 750. So we'll just jump on, have one last fun ride on it, and talk a little bit about the motorcycle. I'll go over what I paid for it, how much I'm hoping to sell it for, all that good stuff. Sometimes there's like a little delay when you hit the start button. Now it doesn't take long to get used to this motorcycle and to fall in love with it and to really have fun on it. But my initial impression every time I jump on and ride it after having ridden some of the other bikes is, what in the heck were they thinking with the ergonomics? And of course I talked about that in all my other videos as well, but you're basically like crouched, squatting on this motorcycle. It is really whack. And it doesn't take long to get, to get used to it, but it is an initial shock, no doubt about it. Anyway, the Street Rod 750, really cool looking bike in my opinion, much better than the Street 750 and Street 500. They did a good job with the rear, piggyback reservoir on the shocks and all that good stuff. The lines are a little whack initially, but it grows on you. But the one thing that I always end up liking about my experience on this is the fun factor, man. It's just a fun bike to ride. The combination of the V-twin grunt and torque with the kind of aggressive position, kind of the sporty ergos to it, just makes for a fun bike to ride. So that's what I like about it. If I could put these mids just slightly back, kind of like the Triumph Thruxton, if they were just back a little bit where you're less hunched over and more in a sport bike position, I think it would be perfect. Anyways, let's talk price. I paid $4,500 for this motorcycle, and I don't know what trade-in is. Retail is somewhere up there, probably close to $6,000. I think realistically, honestly, there aren't a lot out there. Most of them are at dealerships. They're asking around $6,000, but I don't think I'll make much more than $5,000 for it, honestly. Which, all things considered, I kind of bought this bike, again, one of those things where I wanted to see what it's all about, really. And now I know, so time to let it go. But it's a cool one. One thing I love about this is you can actually do wheelies on these in their stock form. Like stock form, you can pop this thing up in first gear, get it up on one wheel, which is more than I can say about a lot of my other Harleys. So I think that's kind of cool about it. And I don't know what the all the specs are, but it does feel like a pretty quick bike. Not quick in terms of like a sport bike, obviously you won't be beating any of those ones, but just kind of torquey, quick bike off the line. Obviously it is aggressive with these drag bars. It's not a traditional cruiser by any means, which it's not meant to be. I don't really lump it into like a sport bike either though. I mean, it's definitely not a sport bike. I've seen comparisons with this and like the Yamaha XSR or the Yamaha FZ07, MT07, and I'm just not seeing it at all, like not at all. But I get it. I mean, they're both two-cylinder bikes and kind of a little bit sportier, so I don't know, I guess I get it. I feel like it's got a pretty decent lean angle though. I don't see myself scraping the pegs anywhere near as easy as it is on like the Kawasaki Vulcan 650S. Yeah, this thing's fun though. It's zippy, dude. It's real zippy. Yeah, it really just takes a little bit getting used to initially, and then once you're used to it, it's like not a problem at all. I think a digital speedo would be nice. I'm used to some of the other bikes I've been riding, like the Vulcan S and the Yamaha, and those digital speedos are nice. You look down and it has the speed right there for you. Oh, well, that's gonna do it, you guys. John's Moto Garage, the Street Rod 750. One last ride and video on the motorcycle. You know, there's not a bike that I ride that I just think I'm better off without it. Like every time I ride one of these motorcycles, I'm really thinking, yeah, this would be a good one to keep. A lot of good bikes out there, a lot of good options. All right, now that we got that out of the way, the next thing will be actually putting the posts up, getting the bikes listed, and seeing if we can sell one or two of these.